Welcome back. We are in the kids' room again. Hopefully you saw the video where we built this bunk that I'm sitting on. That was a couple episodes ago. I am wearing the same shirt. I do realize that. I did, however, get some lights so you can actually see what's going on. I think this looks a lot better than the last video. So today's project is to cover all this up. So this is just plywood now. This is original to the bus. This is the original back wall here. Below and behind this area is the engine. And so we have some fabric up here. This is just painted white, but kind of ugly. So my wife wants some, I guess it's called like wainscoting. I don't know how you say that. But so I think we're going to put that on here today. So that's the project. I think this is going to be pretty straightforward. I do not like this. This is going to be a bother. At least this back wall should be relatively simple. It's going to take a little bit of measuring since that's not a straight edge over there. But generally speaking, this should go pretty quick. So I'll show you how we're going to do this, and let's see what kind of trouble we can get into. As per usual, I do not yet have a plan. I have some ideas, but I don't have anything cut, anything measured. We're just starting from scratch, and you're getting to see me figure this out in real time here. Just got some post-it notes, one of my daughter's markers that she left in here. And first thing we got to do is do some measuring. Then we'll go cut this back piece first, because this is the biggest piece. And then we'll work on that tricky side over there. So let's see what we got. We're 82 3/8. I do not like this. This is a tricky thing to measure. So that side over there flares out at the bottom, and this side flares in. So we don't have any 90-degree cuts on this whole back panel here. This is going to be a bother. Lovely drawing here. A lot of fancy measurements. They're not that fancy, but I think I have what I need. I basically have a line over there that is 90 degrees. It's not the edge, but it's at least a reference point that I can base everything off of, that 90-degree corner. So that's what I drew, this little imaginary line there, and everything is now referenced off of that. And so I think it's time to go transfer these measurements onto the material that I bought. And then I think we'll make the cut. Got our material here. For those of you with an especially keen eye, you saw that we picked this up at Menards when we went to go buy the stuff to build the bunk in the other video. So this is what we have. It's a 4x8 panel. I think this is going to work great. The only issue is that the pattern on this sheet runs this way, and so my wife wants these patterns running up and down, not sideways, and this isn't wide enough to do the whole back in one piece. So we're going to have to basically use two pieces side by side, and so we're going to have to take our measurements here and basically split that into two cuts. So let's get to it. All right, so what we just did is just cut two pieces that are 19 inches tall. Now I can lay them out the way that they will actually be side by side in the bus, and then put my pattern on them once they're laid out together. We got our two pieces cut here, left and right, kind of our goofy parallelogram here. What do you think? Are they gonna fit? I promise I haven't already test fit these, so if they fit, you're going to see it for the first time, and if they don't fit, you're going to get my honest reaction. So let's see. Pretty close. All right. There's a slight discrepancy here, but overall, we're pretty close. Let me show you what's going on. So this actually fits, this side actually fits really well with that goofy corner. So I like that. We can kind of push this up against there. So that, yeah, I think that's about as good as we could have asked for right there. And this side over here is also pretty good. It's not 100% perfect, and I knew it wouldn't be because this wall actually has a little bit of a bow to it, and I didn't feel like transferring that to the panel here because we're gonna put some trim on here that'll hide that. So that's pretty okay. What I don't love is that I don't know if I hope you can see that, but this rocks a little bit. So we have a high spot right here in the bunk, and that lets this rock a little bit, and that I don't love that because that makes this not want to match up quite as well, but we might be able to massage this enough. I mean, that's not bad by any means. Actually, that might be all right. And then because we're going to have trim over there, I think this will work. I was looking at this a little further, and I think for this top piece here on this flat lip, it's exactly 3/4 of an inch deep. So I think instead of doing a flat piece in which we would still see the top side of this, I think that I'm going to go get me a 3/4 inch wide by 3/4 piece of quarter round and put it up there. So I think that we can go ahead and actually put these panels on here, and just need to figure out the best way to do that. I don't know. I think we use a nail gun, little brad nails or something to put these on. This one I just need to trim it a little bit because it sticks up a little higher than this edge. So we'll go shave this down just a wee bit, and then we'll staple or nail these to the wall. Then it'll be on to those pieces there, which are going to take a little more measuring and figuring out. Alrighty, we got that shaved down. Got our little nailer here. It's waiting to build a little air pressure. We're going to blast this thing on. Well, that was easy enough. Now we just need to do some measuring for here and here. So I have this angle piece here on the side that's kind of a triangular piece. I'm going to cut that one first because I want the edges of that one to be covered. So I'm going to put that piece in place first and then measure the length of this one to come all the way so that it covers the edge of that. So we're going to do this one first, then this, and do this rectangular piece last. Got our piece cut here. See if it fits. Beautiful. That looks real good. So this is almost 1/4 of an inch thick. So now I'm going to measure again with this piece in place so that I can be sure that this piece will cover this brown edge here. So let's go cut this. See how she fits. That marker of my daughter's that I was using is actually a dry erase marker, which works perfect on this material. Just wipes right off. Alright. Oh, look at that. That's great. Alright, now we just got to measure this bottom piece. Probably go ahead and shoot these on the wall so they stay in place so we can measure properly. Let's do that. Got these last couple pieces cut here. This is the bottom piece. Got this piece here for the side. So now all we gotta do is shoot these on here. It looks a lot better. I know maybe actually with the bright lights it's not maybe quite as obvious as it was, but let's see if we get a little angle on here. You can see all that, the vertical paneling on there. It looks a lot better than just the ugly painted plywood. So all we're gonna need to do now is just do a little touch-up paint on the edges that are visible, and then there's that edge right there. But I think this looks a lot better. So we'll do some paint on the plywood here. We still need to paint this wall here. We used to have a tip-out storage bin. That's why this wasn't painted, but that's now gone. So we just need to paint that, paint the bed, do a little touch-up, and then this bedroom looks a lot better. Thanks for following along as we build this bust together and finish all the details. Hopefully these videos are getting a little bit better every time. I had no YouTube experience before starting this channel just about 2 months ago, not even. So I'm very new to all this. Not new to building stuff, but new to filming it and editing it. So let me know if you have any tips for ways to make these videos better. I hope they're enjoyable and want them to be better for you. That's kind of the whole reason we're doing this. So let me know if you have any ideas for me. I'd appreciate the feedback, and we'll see you next time.